G'day everyone and welcome back to Matty's workshop. I've got a new project on the go. These plans are from Stefan Gotteswinter. If you haven't checked out Stefan's channel, you're missing out. Seriously, you are missing out. The precision of work he does is absolutely incredible. It's mind-blowing, to be honest with you. So this is a set of plans that he's drawn up for an indicator holder to go in the, in the quill of the mill. I don't know whether you can see it there a bit better, but it's making this section here. There's going to be a few challenges involved in this project. There's going to be quite a few challenges actually, but we'll have a crack at it. There's 7 components to make in this project. First section is this piece here, is the arm. Now this has got to be 6mm. I've only got 8mm, so I'm going to put it in the mill and fly cut it down to 6mm. That'll leave me a nice finish on it as well. I did think about getting a piece of glass at the local glass place and using it as a like a surface plate, so I can use wet and dry and polish it up that way. But I'll see how I go, because the glass place when I drove past there before was shut due to the coronavirus. So I hope everyone's still going okay during these tough times. We'll come out of it in the end. So anyway, this has it's 10mm wide, it's 58mm between centres, with a 35mm radius on the inside and a 25mm radius on the inside, 35 on the outside, sorry. Got that ballsed up. And it's 10mm wide, obviously, with 2 5mm reamed holes. Now I do have a new set of reams that are H7, so that's worked out really well. Now this is going to be a challenge just in itself now. I am going to try, now I'll just quickly find it. I did draw this up on a piece of paper, which I'll rattle up here. I did draw this up on a piece of paper, and this is actually to scale. Now this is a 50mm hole saw, and I reckon I can set it back just a fraction from the line, and I'm basically just going to have to file it to shape. I haven't got a rotary table, and I can't think of any other way to do it, but get it close, yeah, and just basically file it to shape. So that's going to be the plan with that. So that's going to be our first challenge. So I'm hoping this hole saw is going to take away a bit of the pain. We'll wait and see on that one. After that bit's done, then there's 2 swivel pins to be made. Now it says out a drill rod. I don't have drill rod. And the way the post is, I'm not even going to go and buy any, because I'm still waiting on stuff I've ordered about 4 or 5 weeks ago. So it's just going to have to be able to out of a high tensile bolt or whatever I can find. Now the other challenge to this project is these are all in metric. Now I have a lot of trouble reading metric, especially on micrometers. I do have metric micrometers, 0 to 25 and 25 to 50mm. So this is going to be just a challenge on its own for me, but I'm going to have a crack at it. I've got to learn to do it one way someday. So that's the other challenge. But I'm going to get this piece of flat bar set up in the mill, and I'll start fly cutting it down to 6mm and see how we go. This is going to be a really enjoyable build. It's going to really test my skills, I think. Not that I have many. Nowhere near the finish I'd like. I'll give you the tip. And so it's 100% smooth. I might just have a think about that for a minute, I think. That's certainly a better finish than what I had. I did bump it up to, I think it was 1260. Yeah, 1260 RPM, which left a nicer finish. So, now, very good mate of mine, quite some years ago, passed these on to me. They were his father's. I don't know what his father used to do. It was all secretive stuff in development, which he was, I do believe, sworn to secrecy and so on. These are a set of NSKs. They're a beautiful set of micrometers. Absolutely beautiful. Just really nice and smooth. I've always had these tucked away where they could never get damaged. So it's time to break them out. So we have to end up with 6mm. We are at 7.62. Yep, 7.62. So I'll flip this over and I'll get it down to near on size and I'll bring this back, okay? There we have it. And honestly, that doesn't feel too bloody bad. This here's the fly cutter I made some time, or a couple of years ago now. Actually made that on the vertical mill slide on the old Mars Hercules lathe. The first time ever played around with end mills, really. I bought 2 end mills from Hare and Forbes and buggered both of them doing this job. So I learnt a lot, didn't I? Anyway, the fly cutter works, and I'm pretty happy with that. Come on the other side of the camera here. .02. I'm going to call it that. Bugger it. I'm not even going to measure this other end and make, just in case it's not the same. I better, I suppose. I bet it's not. Got a gut feeling it might be the same. I can read it there without pulling it off. 6.04. Well, 0.02 the difference from end to end. That's okay. What's that in thou? Check it on here, 0.02. That's not much. About a thou difference from end to end. not bad. I did stuff around the other week, or the other day, not the other week, the other day with that tramming tool and trammed the mill in. The best that I can get it, you see I'm getting a bit of a crosshatch pattern. I think that's what you're meant to get. So it is doing it both ways. It is a touch heavier on the back cut going from left to right. It's just a whisker heavier on the back cut, going from left to right, then from right to left. So it's about as close as I'm ever going to get this mill in. So I'm happy with it. So that tramming tool I made, or that indicator attachment I made on the last video, worked extremely well. Yeah, really happy with the way it works. So anyway, I'm going to clean this floor up because there is crap everywhere now. And I'll get some mark out blue on here, and mark out how I'm going to do this next step. Well, I've kind of made a mess of this. This is the first real time I've ever had marking out blue. It was a gift to the channel. It was very much appreciated. I was a bit light on, and I decided I'd put a bit more on, which I didn't. Obviously you shouldn't do that because it goes all funny. And then I bought these set of dividers off eBay a long time ago. They're a set of more and rights. I've got a bit of a thing about more and right. I don't know why, just like it. But they were blunt. So I marked them and they were blunt. So then I put them on just touched them on the grinder, 4 sides, and marked it again. So that's close. So the plan is now, whether I try and have a go at this hole saw just to get the bulk of it out. So if I start down lower, then I can just file, and then the outside I'll cut that off, and then the outside I'll do on the belt sander, I think, to get it close, and then file it out. So yeah, I just got to work out whether I'm gutsy enough to have a go at that or not. Suppose it's not going to hurt. I can always make another one on this side, eh? Plenty of room. Balls up one, build another. You can see the ring around there. That's these teeth just touching. I've got a jack under here, just supporting this edge. So I've got it running around 600 RPM, which I've got no idea what you run these at. They were cheap Chinese stuff. They do seem to drill a hole. Whether it's going to prove me wrong this time, but in aluminium they definitely work. So we'll give it a go. Got nothing to lose. Got enough space to make another one here if I fail on that one. We have a hole, Houston. Pretty sharp edge on the sucker too, but oh Jesus Christ, that's hot. Don't touch that. Well, that was probably one of the worst, horrible ways to actually do a hole. I should make a boring head. That's what I should do. Okay. I almost got too carried away and didn't drill these holes before I, lost the ability to hold it securely. I don't have many tools to go with the mill, as in edge finders and so on. So to do this, it's pretty crude, probably. Just double checking that these centre pop marks, I had to make them fairly large for the dividers I've got so they'd stay in the hole properly. So basically I've got a pointer in here, and just lined it up on 5mm, and I'll gently just touch it with the centre drill because it is slightly off on that centre punch mark, not by a lot, but yeah, I just worm it down through there. So that's the plan. Sorry about my hand being in the way there, guys. Oh, does how we put a centre drill in first, doesn't it? That went all the way to the floor. Gotta find that drill, I suppose. So these have got to be reamed 5mm hole. Have to speed that up a little bit too. So just eyeballing, and that looks pretty darn good to me. Rightio, I'll speed this up and get them done. There we go, 2 holes. Reamed out to 5mm. I'll go back over to the bench now, and I'm not going to boys with filing and sand and all this stuff off. So it'll take me a while. Just before this coronavirus all broke out, I went to a garage sale, or a deceased estate garage sale it was. I knew the fella, I knew of him, and I knew he had some pretty good stuff there. And this here is a little Sherline belt disc sander that I picked up for 40 bucks. The only reason I picked it up because it said Sherline, it was branded, well, brand Sherline. And watching, or the few of the YouTubers I follow do have Sherline equipment, and it seems to be pretty good. Although for 40 bucks, can't go wrong. It actually does a pretty neat job. I actually prefer to use this one over the one I made myself. So I'm actually thinking about using the motor for another project off the one I built, and just sticking mine in the corner and just using this. This just seems nicer to use. So there, for 40 bucks, wasn't a bad little buy. That's what we ended up with. I wish I had done this part completely different now. Instead of making it just a piece of 6mm flat. Wish I had a piece of round. I should have went and tried to find some or buy some or done whatever to machine it a full circle, and then I would have had a decent chamfer on all 4 sides, all 4 edges, corners, whatever you want to call it. It would have looked a lot better, I think. I still may even come back to this yet and redo it. I don't know. It has got a couple of marks in here from the fly cutter. Just a couple of light ones. Which doesn't... It's going to work, like, don't get me wrong, it's going to work, but it's just not 100%. But I'm going to run with it at the moment. If the rest of this turns out good, then I'll remake this part so it'll all match in nice. But see how the end result is. But anyway, that's the part there.